Hey guys, Collin tweeting here with Grind Season Outdoors. Today we're going to be jumping into some more rut footage from this past season, and it's a good one. A lot of good encounters with some good young bucks, and we're going to end it off with a little bit of a heartbreak story from last season on a really good buck. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one, and let's get right into it.
It's a really good setup here this morning, and I'm hoping I didn't miss my opportunity. The two shooters on this farm were showing up in daylight in the mornings, just left and right earlier this week. So as long as they're not both locked down with does now, we're in the game. But I don't know of any big shooters in the area. Also haven't really had cameras on this side of the farm all year besides 1 week. So this past week is the first week that I've ran cameras over here. And yeah, I guess we're gonna sit here and just enjoy our day. I'm feeling pretty grateful this morning for just the ability to climb up into a tree and sit here and just enjoy the morning in November and have the opportunity that I do. Just thinking about my grandpa, my grandma. I lost both of them this year, so hopefully they'll be in the tree with me here this morning. But we're just gonna sit tight here and see what happens. So hopefully it works out for us today. Well guys, the first 30 minutes of the day were just action-packed, and ever since then it's been crappy. I saw a bunch of turkeys and haven't seen any more deer, and I can see a lot from here. So I don't know if they're just really not moving at all, or if I'm not in a good spot, or a little bit of both. But I don't know. I'm also not really loving the wind that I have right now. So I'm thinking I might tear everything down, the sticks, the stand, everything, kind of get everything packed up, and I'm going to use the wind to my advantage and sneak up into a doe bedding area and try to get my setup up in a tree and just kind of do a little hanging hunt here. It's still kind of mid-morning right now, and I got plenty of daylight left, so I'm just going to kind of take my time and try to get a good setup in, try to get a good setup hung before noon, hopefully, and I'll have the second half of the day to sit there. But on top of, hopefully getting into a little bit better area, I think it'll just help kind of refresh me a little bit to be able to sit out here for the rest of the day. But you just never know when you're in the state of Iowa. It's this time of year, but we're going to do what we can to try to get ourselves in the game. It's day 275 in the stand this year, I think. It's been a long season, and just seen a ton of deer. I think just in general, with both bucks and does combined, I've had more deer in bow range this year than I ever have in my life. I've gotten really close to a lot of them. A lot of bucks, a lot of small bucks. But just, only one day that I've been sitting in a stand, I've actually seen a buck that I would shoot. So it's been a kind of a grind this season. They're definitely around. I've had them on my cameras, but the last few weeks they've been really hit or miss. There's some days when I was working and they were moving like crazy, and days when I was out here in the stand and they either weren't moving or I was just at the wrong stand at the wrong time and they were walking past one of my other stands. But today is November 17th, and once you start getting towards the 20th and the end of the month, it gets a little bit easier, I think, to get on a deer. So I don't know, it's been kind of sucking the last few times that I've been sitting here, but there's a couple big ones that live in this area, and all it takes is getting lucky once. So we're just gonna keep praying, keep sitting out here enjoying God's creation, and if we're meant to kill a big one, we'll get it done.
Bat. I just smoked a coyote. Smoked a coyote with my bow. First bow coyote ever of my life. Holy crap. I'll shoot a big buck. I'm fired up. I'm freaking fired up. I don't know how good the GoPro can see. Illegal shooting just started like 2 minutes ago. And you can see pretty good out in the field, but not in the woods here. But I just heard something coming through the woods, and I seen it was a coyote, and I had just enough time to grab my bow, pull back on him. He stopped at like 10 yards, and I just drilled him. Wow. He came from straight downwind too. Straight downwind, came right to me. Got a clean pass through, and there's a ton of blood. right on the impact site. I think I heart punched that sucker. Well guys, right here it is. That's my first coyote with a bow right there. It's a really nice looking coyote, got a good hide on it. Kind of a light colored one, but that's freaking sweet. I've killed so many of these things before, calling them with rifles and shot a couple with a shotgun and that kind of stuff, but first time I've ever been able to connect with one with the bow, and it only took me, I think this is my 15th year of bow hunting, and I finally was able to do it. It's not an easy feat to take one of these things with the bow. They're definitely, like I said, they're a real elusive animal, but we're able to get it done, and that's pretty awesome. Made my day for sure.
Alrighty. I really wish on mornings like this I'd filled my tag at the beginning of October or even early November when it was nice out. I'm sitting here this morning, got down below like 15 degrees, so the sun is just about to peek up over the hill right now and I'm already freezing. I'm going to try to sit all day. Hopefully that sun has some power to it this morning, but I don't know. We're in the middle of a big old chunk of timber here, and there's always daytime movement back here this time of year. The last time I was here, I seen a giant, so hopefully he's still around and shows up today. I got the decoy out this morning, and the reason for that mainly is just that these deer kind of wander through this place and they chase does around, and there's really no rhyme or reason to where they walk. They tend to go through certain areas for sure, but there's not really like any defined trails that come through here, so it's really hard to actually hunt it and get a deer within bow range unless you're calling them in, and it's so open you can see for a couple 100 yards in every direction. So a lot of times when you call it at those mature deer, they get within 100 yards and they just realize there's nothing there. So that's where having this decoy should come in handy, and it worked pretty good last weekend. We had a couple deer come into it, so hopefully this morning it can, pay off for us sooner than later, so we can get an arrow on a big one and climb down and go warm up. But either way, it's late November, and Thanksgiving was just yesterday, so it's a good time of year to be in the deer woods. There's definitely some big deer that'll be on their feet in daylight in this time frame, so we're going to see what happens this morning, but hopefully we can get it done.
go.
Well, guys, I gotta keep it short and sweet. I'm almost out of space on my card here, but I just put an arrow in the biggest buck of my life. And I'm so sick to my stomach right now because I think I might have possibly hit him in the shoulder. I don't know if I did, if I blew through it enough to hit the lungs and kill him, or if I somehow, hit him behind the shoulder that was towards me and it hit the opposite side shoulder. But the arrow was sticking out of him after I shot. And I know I didn't get the shot on video. I have the camera over here on my right and he was on the left, and with all the stuff I'm wearing, my camera arm couldn't get all the way around me. But like I said, I'm not gonna, it's the biggest deer of my life. I'm not gonna pass up a 30-yard shot on him. He stopped, and I didn't have to make any noise or anything. He just stopped and he took a step forward, and when he put that leg forward, I let it go, and I thought I hit him behind the shoulder. Even when I saw the arrow, I thought I saw the arrow hit him, and it looked like it was behind the shoulder. But then once he started running away, it looked like it was sticking out a pretty good ways, and it's got me really nervous. I didn't watch him go down. Right at the end there, before I lost sight of him, it looked like he was about to go down. But I don't know. I'm gonna climb down here. I've called some people. Gonna give it plenty of time, and we're just gonna start by going and seeing if we can find blood here this afternoon. But I'm just praying it was an act of God that thing came into bow range, and now I'm just praying that we can recover him.
All right, well, I'm giving the update that I don't want to be given, but we have done pretty much everything that we can to find the deer that I shot yesterday morning. Pulled out all the stops, talked to a landowner across the road here where I'm thinking the deer might have gone, and he doesn't want us to go in there, which is understandable because he just kind of has a small woods over there, and it's pretty isolated. If we went and walked through it, we'd be pushing everything out of it. So, he hunts back there. He's going to be out for sure during shotgun season, which is coming up here shortly. And, they're going to be in the fields and everything around there too. So he did say that if he found it, he would let me know. But other than that, I just really don't even know where else the deer could have gone. If it's laying somewhere dead, we've checked all the fields, we've checked fence lines, sinkholes, pretty much everything that we can get permission for, and other than that, there's not a whole lot else left. So we're maybe just gonna check a few last spots where he might have gone, and other than that, we're gonna either hope that someone can find him or he just survives. I'm kind of thrown off by everything that's happened. I thought the shot placement was really good, but there wasn't really hardly any penetration, which made me second guess it and think I might have hit him in the shoulder. But then the blood that we were finding didn't really look like shoulder blood, and there was, blood basically spraying or really going all over the place, and it was several feet to the left and right of where he was running, which doesn't really add up if it was just a shoulder shot. So that's kind of got me questioning things. I thought a few times last night we were going to find him, and we just never ended up finding him anywhere. I don't even think we found anywhere where he bedded down. So there's a chance he's either dead in his first bed or wherever he made it to. Otherwise, he might just end up surviving. But definitely feels like crap, and it's been a really rough last couple weeks here in bow season. Hunted super hard all year to get these opportunities, and shot my bow all summer long, going into deer season, throughout deer season, to make sure that when these opportunities present themselves, we don't mess it up. And here we are. So some things are just kind of inevitable, I guess, and it's crazy how just a couple inches of penetration or a couple inches of left, right, up, or down on shot placement can make all the difference in recovering these deer. But we're just gonna do a little bit more and see if we can find them, and if not, we're gonna probably just move on and get ready for shotgun season here coming up in a week or two. So that's kind of the plan for now, but hopefully we can bring you some good news in the future. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this one. I know that we didn't have the greatest season last year, a lot of bad luck, and unfortunately that's just the way that it goes sometimes when you're bow hunting. But I'm happy to tell you guys that this year has already been a heck of a lot better. We've had some really good hunts, some really good encounters, and we've got a couple pretty good bucks on the ground already and captured it on video. So all that stuff will air next year, but be looking for it. It's gonna be good. We will have one more video this year for our hunting season from last year, and it's a pretty awesome late season video. So be checking out for that one coming up next. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time here on Grind Season Outdoors.